Ladies and gentlemen, the politics of this country is taking shape very fast. William Samoei Ruto, who is the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, has written a strongly worded letter to the President, to President Uhuru Kenyatta, through his party, UDA party, over what he terms state-sponsored violence against him. William Ruto has always reminded Kenyans that he's the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, and is accusing Raila Odinga and ODM party of responsible for the violence against him. And Raila Odinga has actually responded to the Deputy President. So in this video today, I want us to go through the letter, but not all of it because it's long. It's around 3 pages. And the objective of this particular letter, because in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. There is something William Ruto wants to achieve by writing this letter to President Uhuru Kenyatta. Let us begin. The letter is actually dated 17th January 2022, which was yesterday. And the letter is addressed to President Uhuru Kenyatta in his capacity as, it's not even addressed to President Uhuru Kenyatta, it's addressed to His Excellency Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta in his capacity as the chair of the National Security Council, Arambe House, 2nd floor. The letter is already received and stamped by President Uhuru Kenyatta or his handlers, received on 18th. Let me just begin by reading. Emerging pattern of state-enabled violence. It says, we write to express our profound concern about recent deeply worrying security incidences sustained by official inaction and condonment by the state and their implications in the light of impending general election and national stability in general. It says on Sunday, 16th January 2022, at Jacaranda Grounds in Nairobi, Embakasi East, constituency of Nairobi County, a gang of rowdy goons chanting ODM Raila Azimio slogans. He has deliberately left out Babu Owino, because the video I watched, these people were actually demanding Babu Owino to address them. Why would the Deputy President and his party conveniently leave out Babu Owino, who is the area member of parliament, the person these guys were singing in his name? So he's deliberately left out Babu Owino, and he's saying people who had turned up, chanting ODM Raila Azimio slogans, violently attacked people who had turned up to listen to the Deputy President who was touring the area. Their attempt to disrupt the event failed, but the apprehension, injury, and alarm caused to innocent members of the public cannot and must not be overlooked. He's saying, it's continuing, it has since become abundantly clear that the goons were encouraged and facilitated to prevent the events from taking place in keeping with ODM bedrooms policy. I don't know whether Embakasi East is ODM bedroom, of using violence to ring fence parts of the country as no-go zones for political parties. This disastrous practice is an official policy in ODM and has been implemented over the years to suppress democratic competition at horrendous cost to innocent Kenyans in life, limb, and possession. So if you listen to what the Deputy President and his party are trying to say there, they are keen on portraying ODM party as violent. And that's why I've always maintained that William Samoei Ruto and his team are keen on creating chaos, causing chaos in their own rallies. I maintain, and I won't change my mind on Kondele issue because I stay in Kisumu here. In Kondele, William Ruto and his team engineered their own stoning to portray an image. Even the Jimmy Wanjigi saga in Migori. Jimmy Wanjigi had a very good event. Then when he reached Suna East, that's when chaos erupted. Why Suna East? Suna East was chosen because Suna East is the constituency of one of Raila Odinga's key ally, Junet Mohammed. And it's continuing. As a general rule, nothing has been done by the security agencies to prevent and arrest this egregious criminality without any form of accountability. The emboldened perpetrators continue to gloat over these deeds and threaten to unleash worse mayhem in future. In the handshake era, ODM bedroom policy and the use of violence to advance political strategies appear to receive tacit official support to the extent that all incidences of threatened and actual violence disruption of our political events, as well as attacks on our members, are invariably treated with contemptuous absence of seriousness. You know, they want to, this letter is actually written to the president, but is addressing ODM party. Uhuru Kenyatta is the president of the Republic of Kenya. He's a member of Jubilee Party. I don't know why it was written to him, but the truth of the matter is that William Ruto and his brigades are keen on passing a narrative. And I'm going to explain, if you give me time, the objective of this particular letter. Why are they dragging the president? I don't want to go to more. So they are saying, for this purpose, we call your attention to provisions of Act 81 of Constitution, Part 4 of the Elections Act, number 24, section blah blah, Elections Offences Act, blah blah. And that's why I'm asking myself, if ODM is breaking election rules, why write to the president? Well, you can write a letter to Chebukati to complain. Then Chebukati can then write a letter to the Inspector General of Police. That's the rule. But these guys decided that's what they ruled. The route for them is to go to the president and write the letter to the president. And they are saying certain things here that as ODM becomes increasingly overwhelmed by political competitions, violence remains its desperate resort, and attempt to expand the reach of its bedroom policy are manifested by intensifying incidences of political violence in various parts of the country, all targeting ODM rivals. As recently as Saturday, 15th January, the country was stunned by footages of political leaders who had assembled at Thika Green Stadium to broadcast hateful rhetoric and ethnic. You know, when you talk of now Thika Greens, where Jubilee leaders met, then you blame ODM, and that time in January, Thika was purely a Jubilee affair. Then it means these guys are out to achieve certain objectives. Now, let me just conclude. For ease of your reference, we confirm that the following incidences have been brought to the attention of the Inspector General of Police. He's talking of Kisii Town, Kisii County, on September 8th, 2020. He's talking of Kenol Murang'a County on 4th of October. Yani, William Ruto and his brigades can even accuse ODM of causing chaos in Murang'a. Then there's the Mahowo Taita Taveta, where there were attempts to block him. Of course, there were no incidences there. There is the Kieni Nyeri incident. He's talking of Busia. He's talking of Kondele. Now, he has deliberately left out the latest incidents of chaos which erupted in Bomet, in his own rally, where people fought. And he's concluding, we therefore demand an assurance from Your Excellency, as the chairman of the National Security Council, that Kenyans' life and property remain protected under the law, and that the instruments of state and security apparatus will not be deployed in a partisan manner and to cause mayhem and deaths. So basically, the deputy president and his team are now accusing President Uhuru Kenyatta of deploying state machinery in favor of Raila Odinga. And this letter is addressed to the Inspector General of Police, the Director General of NIS, the Director of Public Prosecution, and the National Cohesion and Integration Commission. One important body has been deliberately left out of this letter. That is the IEBC. And in this letter, they've accused ODM party and they've also accused Raila Odinga. They've deliberately left out ODM party from receiving this letter or responding, and Raila Odinga, because they know that if this letter had been addressed to Raila Odinga or to ODM party, they would actually defend, they would respond through officially through a letter, which is what they didn't want. But what was the objective of this particular letter? The objective of this particular letter is simple. There are four. Number one, William Ruto and his brigades converged in Eldoret the other weekend, where he had one of what they were calling mother of all political rallies. And during that rally, they talked of Madoa Doa. That Madoa Doa statement has been used against them. It has been used to try to persuade the people of the larger Mount Kenya region not to vote for Ruto for their Madoa Doa. I remember a file told you, donning a t-shirt, mimi ni Madoa Doa. So that's the extent. And that is what they want to shift the attention of the country from, and they now try to divert it to violence, which they're now blaming on ODM party. So the issue is they want to deal with the issue of Madoa Doa. Number two, they also want to portray ODM and Raila Odinga as violent, because they know that it's going to be very rough and it's going to be very tough. The 2022 general election in this country is going to be a do or die. Nobody is going to entertain nonsense. William Ruto and his brigades have been accused for a long time of engaging in voter bribery and the rest. What they don't want is a situation where ODM will start exposing this, dealing with it. Like I was listening to Edwin Sifuna today in the morning on Citizen TV. He was saying that when they inquired, they realized that the people of Embakasi East were not happy that William Ruto and his brigades brought people and paid to attend the rallies while they were there, and they were also in need of the money. And number three, the third objective is that the deputy president is keen on dissociating himself from Jubilee. And he wants to tag Raila Odinga as a state project. And that is what the purpose of that particular letter is. Otherwise, that letter would have talked generally of sympathy. If you go to a place and you are heckled, you can't blame a particular party. And lastly, this letter is intended to achieve another objective: sympathy. William Ruto has campaigned for 4 good years. And as things stand today, he's losing very fast. So the only option for them is to now try to seek sympathy from Kenyans. Whether Kenyans are going to listen to them and give them the sympathy they want is something which, for me, I can't say at this time. But my take is that William Samoei Arap Ruto and his team should focus on campaigns. In the last election, for example, and this is why I can never vote for Ruto, he referred to Luos as a small section of the country, militia from a small section of the country, a statement which was not befitting someone who was serving as the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. What has really changed now? If there are people who have suffered electoral, what he's calling electoral violence, state-sponsored violence, then it's ODM. No any other party has suffered. In fact, I've been looking at these incidents the deputy president is talking about. I can't even see. We are yet to see those tear gas lorries moving to Eldoret to disrupt William Ruto's rally. I'm yet to see that. ODM supporters have been maimed, died, run over by vehicles, live on TV. Nothing happened. William Ruto was the deputy president. He never uttered a word. Until next time, bye-bye.